It's Fate time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Figma number 423. It's the Fate Rider of Black, also known as False Rider, or Astolfo, or if I'm putting some Japanese on it, Azutorofu, if that's correct. I don't know, but I try. Also known as the Trap. So let's have a look. So during this review, I'm probably gonna flip-flop around between calling it her or he, because you know the drill. It's actually both, I guess. Whatever. Size of the figure. Yeah, let's just stick with the figure. 14, a little over 14 centimeters to the top of her head. That means we're going up to 5.5 inches tall. Around that size, 5.5. 5.4. Overall look in detail of the figure. We got a wonderful looking face. I love this face sculpt, and I'm always a big fan of the classic Animu snaggletooth. Very nicely molded in that small bit of detail. Has the sharp eyes, the art style is definitely making sense for me. It definitely looks like the anime. Then you got the one white hair in there. They kind of just slapped that on there. It doesn't look too bad. Well, it should stand out, so I guess that's correct. You got the ribbons, black ribbons on both sides, hair mold in the back, really a lot going on, and the one braid going down with another ribbon. Excuse me, my throat is really hurting, so if I'm doing a lot of smacking noises and whatnot, that's because of that. Then you got the paint job, you got the gold in the chest plate with the kind of lion symbol in it, which is clean for the most part. I mean, I looked at the paint job beforehand. It's actually pretty good. Once again, there is not that much on it, but considering the golden lines and whatnot, those tend to bleed. We have a lot of paint bleeding usually, but with this figure, you don't really have that issue as much. The only time I really saw it is on the side plates, on the skirt. It's a little bit off the mark here on the brown, but yeah, that's about it. Gold looks very nice. Silver with the belt going all the way around the waist, and the sword holster with the metallic gold and the plain white plastic in it. Then you go down to it's Panzer time. A, that hurt. B, I don't know how to feel about this Panzer time, but we're gonna look. There's no bulge, so inaccurate. Also the butt, but yeah, there's no bulge. It's inaccurate, but then again, I guess thank you, good smile. I don't know. But then we go down to the boots, very shiny, with more gold on it. Clean paint job. So I think there's also a little bit bleeding on the front part. Yeah, we got a little bit going over the line there, but just that's really the thing. A little bit, not a lot. So I'm not offended. For the articulation, it's much of the same as we had with Jalter Shinjuku version. It seems like they're trying out a couple of new stuff. Let's see if it's gonna stick. But anyway, the hat, that's not new stuff, that's just like classic stuff. Well, you have a hinge, but also a ball pack in the hair itself. And as such, you can kind of rotate it around on the ball pack. Because it's stuck in the back, it doesn't really do much. It does a lot for the wiggle motion, but nothing really back and forth. You still have the hinge for that, so as such goes all the way around, left and right and back and forth, as I've already demonstrated. Then you got more articulation in the hair, the double ball in the braid, goes forward, back, rotation in it, and the little tip over here is on a swivel, and the ribbon can be rotated all the way around because it's just kind of connected in there, nothing to hold on to it. And then you got, as I'm saying, the new stuff. Well, new, they kind of did that in the past, and they kind of keep bringing it back, so it's just weird. We got the ball hinge, it goes into the chest. With this one, it's special, you can pull it out. You can pull the ball hinges out, and you tuck it back in. Just get a little bit more articulation. So as such, with it pulled out, got the ball hinge going up and down. Doesn't really have much forward motion, because I feel like it was better before. I don't really know what the outward movement brings. Oh, this one's better. I guess this one is stuck then. Okay, so this one goes forward, back. Also rotation. Kind of use it as a swivel. And up and down, I mean, already demonstrated that. Then you got the ball hinge in the elbow, ball hinge in the fist, back, forward, rotation, chest area. What I gotta point out, actually, which I didn't do before, lazy, really lazy in the back here. You have a huge gap in it, and they did not even bother to cover it up. Yes, the figure does come with a cape. Yes, you probably will not display the figure from the back, but still, this just... no effort, no thought put into it. But you have a big ball hinge, which is packed in the top and the back. And it also leaves some gaps, so overall, it's kind of weird. You can wiggle it around like that. It does go side to side, but I think the gapping is quite an issue on this one. Just, yeah, doesn't look great. Does not look great at all. Then for your waist, you got same thing as with Shinjuku, Jalta Shinjuku version. You can pull this one out. As such, which I didn't really demonstrate with Jalta, it doesn't really go around that much. I mean, it does still go around, but it doesn't go all the way around. It seems like, you know, left and right. It's still good, but Anyway, since you can pull it out, this does not really matter. You have the skirt and the side plates here are not on hinges or anyway. They're just pegged in, so you cannot move that out of the way. But because you can pull this entire piece out, it's not an issue. Goes forward very nicely. Goes out to the side. Goes to the back. The side movement looks pretty wonky as it is, but it works. Anyway, also you can rotate it around at the thighs. There's also a swivel in the boot by the looks of it. Yeah, it goes all the way around. Knee joint, simple ball hinge, and the foot is on another ball hinge, back, forward, rotates side to side, and has a toe hinge to round it off. Accessories! Quite a bit, to be honest. I don't know the names of the weapons, so I'm warning you beforehand if you want to be like, get out. You have this big lance thingy, which looks impressive, and it's really, let's see, like side by side comparison. It's almost as big as the figure. Nice. Just like really shiny, some pearl white metallic, and yeah, sharp. Ow. Then you got this thing. More gold, black, a little bit of white on the tip. Camera focus, please. Let the people see what's in there. Then you got the sword. Everybody has to have a sword. I mean, it's a rider, it's not a saber. Why do you have a sword? Regardless of that, you got the golden handle and the nice metallic silver. Also pretty sharp. Well, not that much. And then finally, you got just the handle of the sword. And I'm guessing, I haven't even tried that out. I'm guessing that one is to put it in here. Every time I say put it in somewhere, I have something else triggered in my hand. Something else triggered by another YouTuber, and I will not steal those things. Catchphrases, anyway. Faces, if they would focus. Focus. Focus! Oh my god, you're so stupid. Okay, there we go. You got the one smiley face with the snaggletooth, like a winky face. And the angry one. Both look very good. Both have good detail. And both are clean. And you got a book, spell book, I'm guessing, which has some very, very tiny writing on the back. I don't even know what this says. Logistille? Okay. It's something. And there's also a pack for, I guess, let's see, the hands. There we go. There's the hand with the pack for the book, open hands, holding hands, and Pisu sign hands. And finally, there's the cape. Now honestly, I'm just gonna say it right away. I'm not the biggest fan of the cape. I think it's a little too busy. I appreciate that they're putting in the extra work, but just like look at this mess. So many ball joints. So first of all, you got the fluffy stuff on here. They didn't do plastic with that. And I like that. I'm a fan of that. It's something that I think figure creators don't really do that much. Because this tends to just get dirty, and if it gets dusty, it gets all kind of like color changing and whatnot. So it's probably a bad choice over time, but I like it right now, and it feels good. Fluffy. Anyway, cape is nicely molded. Paint job on it. Yeah, I mean, once again, we have a little bit of bleeding, but you barely notice that, so. Then you got all these ball hinges as such. You can bring this one all the way up for some action poses. Pull it down, but it doesn't really go down all the way, and it doesn't also line up really with the rest of the cape. If you just want to have it hanging down, this looks weird, that's what I'm saying. And then you got another ball hinge up there, so you can bring that up and down. And if you spin it around, it would go back and forth, but really, I just say you have to pull this out, and then you have to adjust the ball hinge in another direction. It takes some playing around with, takes some fidgeting around with. But you're getting a lot of articulation out of it. But I do believe it doesn't look clean and probably will never ever completely line up. Also leaves gaps pretty fast if we're going like, I don't know. I'm not in love with the cape, but I don't hate it. And then finally, there's the classic stuff. You got the Figma base, you got the Figma back, and there's Figma instructions somewhere as well. And that rounds off the accessories. So that's gonna do it. That's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? And yeah, 100% recommend it, because honestly, I'm impressed. There's no real big paint issues. There are some small slips here and there, some small parts where it goes over the line, but nothing that offends me. The articulation is solid. There is nothing mind-blowing amazing about it, but it's good. There's also nothing wrong about it. And the figure design, obviously, they tend to nail that. I rarely sit here and say like, oh, Figma really screwed the pooch on making it accurate to the show or whatever. Unless we're looking back on that Bruce Lee, which I never bought. Thankfully. I've seen a lot of reviews of that. But I digress. This figure's great. I have zero complaints about it. Also a lot of accessories. Didn't really mention that. And by the way, yes, I am an idiot. For the lance, you have the spiky thing as the handle. That's what it's for. Yeah, I should have looked at the instructions. But real men don't look at instructions. Right, Astolfo? Real men don't look at instructions. But yeah, there's a spiky thing, what I meant. Anyway, yeah, recommend it. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Astolfo wants. Right off black. I'm not gonna say in Japanese anymore. Astolfo. Probably wrong anyway.